All right. Hello, everybody who I can see, and hello, everybody who's on the phone who I can't see waving back at me right now. I'm waving at you. I wanted to welcome you all to our fifth community call that the Lomita Chamber of Commerce has put forward in order to just give people an opportunity to have direct access to the resources, the great organizations and businesses that are here, and also get the help that they need from certainly other fellow business owners, but funding options, city resources. So it's really been a pleasure to bring these forward. Each call has had its own kind of tone, just based on where we're at in this roller coaster, for lack of a better word, of a pandemic, and trying to be creative during this time to help our businesses succeed. So that's what the Chamber's here for you to do. This is open to all businesses in the city of Lomita and the Lomita area in the South Bay. This is not just a membership call. It's open to all small businesses in our community. I'm really happy to have our guests here on today's call. If you guys do have questions, you can put them in the chat, and then we will have Q&A after each speaker, so you get a chance to answer or get your questions answered directly from the source. So we've got two people joining us today. We're pleased to have Alicia Velasco, the Community and Development Director with the City of Lomita again. She's going to share with us a little bit about the forgivable loan program and some of the outdoor dining and expansion efforts that the city has put in place to allow for our businesses to continue to operate outdoors and otherwise. And then we also have our sponsor and representative, the business development officer or the relationship manager from One West Bank here in Lomita on PCH, Carla Villacorta. And Carla's going to give us some updates on the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program, what monies may still be out there and available, extensions, and some of the things that One West Bank is doing to offer support and access to assistance in getting your business to safely reopen with PPE and things like plexiglass and things like that. So with that, I'm going to ask Alicia Velasco to start with her update, and then after Alicia's done, you guys will have a chance to ask her any questions. And Alicia, thanks for being here.
Great. Thank you, Heidi. We really appreciate all the hard work that you do. The city really does. So thank you. So we've issued several of the business expansion permits, actually. And I just wanted to let everyone know that it's not only for dining, to expand into their parking areas and other public spaces, but it can actually be used by all types of businesses. So we had a gym go through the process, and they are going to expand into their parking lot because gyms are allowed to reopen if they can do so outside. We also had a religious facility, retail, and then dining. So they're really for any type of business, and I don't want our business owners to think that it's limited to just dining. So that is one update, and you can apply for those permits online through the city's cloud-based portal, which you can find on our website through the Community and Economic Development Department link. So, or you can, of course, email me, and I can put that in the chat. So those are going really well, and there's no fee. The city council waived the fee for these permits too. So that's been pretty successful. And then update to our business loan well, it's a forgivable loan, so we call it a grant program of $5,000. The city received 28 applications. That initial round of funding, we could only do 15. And there were 15 applicants that scored 40, which is the top score. So those applicants will likely be funded soon and receiving agreements. They do have to sign an agreement saying that they are, going to try and stay open and use this for a low to moderate income employees. So those applicants who had 40 points will be getting those agreements via email shortly. But while this has taken so long because we've been trying to secure additional funding so we could fund all 28 businesses. And I think we're going to be able to do that. So I'll be taking an item to the city council on August 4th with money that we were able to receive from the state to try and fund all the businesses. So we will have an update on that after that next city council meeting. So that's it for my points. If anyone has any questions, though, we are here. And City Hall, of course, is functioning just as usual. We're working remotely and we're closed to the public, but yeah, we're still available for all the services that City Hall generally provides.
All right. Well, thank you, Alicia. And I just want to commend the fact that the city of Lomita really seems to be progressive in nature in terms of being generous and finding ways to waive those kinds of permitting fees in order to allow for this adaptability that all of our businesses need to have. I mean, there are hair salons out there that I'm sure are scrambling now to try to figure out how to do outdoor services and get, portable sinks outside. So it is businesses of all types, not just the curbside or the outdoor dining at the restaurants. And so it's just been really refreshing. Not all cities are as flexible and adaptable as Lomita has been. So it's commendable that our city leadership is taking that position. And I encourage our business owners to also take advantage of that opportunity so that, again, creativity in how we continue to run our businesses is the key, I think, right now as we shift, adapt, change, and repeat. Mm-hmm. Are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions for Alicia?
I see the question pop up. The grant is not open. It was open for 2 weeks. And it is since closed. If we have excess funding, maybe there's an opportunity to reopen it up. If that does happen, we will definitely let the chamber know and also promote it on the city's social media and website.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Alicia, as always, and we look forward to future updates. We will continue to hold these community calls as, the timing seems fit. I know things are changing so quickly that we had, I think, a couple of months there back in April and May, and then we dialed it back when things seem to get back to a status quo or whatever normal is. So we'll continue to hold these with updates from our city as we go forward.
Okay, thank you. And I just wanted to say that although my update's over, I will be on the call for the rest of it because I like to hear what our businesses are saying and the concerns they're having. It's just good as the city representative to understand what our businesses are going through. So I wanted everyone out there to know that although I'm not speaking anymore, I will still be here and listening.
Thank you. No, that's great. And for those who are on the call, please, I encourage you to take advantage of this. And if you do have those questions, put them out there. So, it's the same perspective from the chamber is what do you need for your business to succeed right now? And I know that's a big question, but that's why we're here. So don't be shy. And if you want to reach out to us after the call, that's fine too. You can email us at hi@lomitachamber.org. I'll put that in the chat too. All right, so we're going to shift gears and welcome our next guest, Ms. Carla Villacorta from One West Bank. And we just want to thank One West Bank for supporting this call and supporting other chamber efforts. And we're really excited to hear what Carla has to say about PPP and the money out there and how we can help our businesses going forward. Go ahead, Ms. Carla. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Heidi. And thank you everyone for just being on the call today. I know that this is definitely a pretty busy time for all of us. So everyone taking the time out of their day to be on the call, very grateful. Thank you for the opportunity to speak as well. So just as Heidi mentioned, my name is Carla Villacorta. I am the Business Relationship Manager for One West Bank CIT. And basically what I do on a day-to-day basis is I work with local business owners to help them with their day-to-day operating relationships with the bank, and of course helping them retain and gain access to capital to fuel their business growth. And the way that I do that is just by really just jumping in and getting to know all of the business owners and really just knowing what's important to you. And what in the time that we're living in right now, it's, hey, how can my business survive the next 18 months? How can my business survive the next couple of months? And that's what One West is doing. And I just appreciate just the time to be able to share some information. As we all know, the PPP was extended from the June 30th deadline for applications to August 8th. And for taking in new applications. One thing that I do want to say, as of right now, One West Bank is not currently taking in any brand new applications, but myself as a relationship manager have kind of stepped up, and I am helping our local business owners to help them get the paperwork that they need to apply, and really utilizing just different CDFI lenders to be able to help you still gain access to that, to the funds that are still available, because the funds are still there, you know, and it's really great because we saw how quickly for the first round the money ran out, and now we're still gaining access. We're still seeing approvals going through. And so for everyone on this call, whether it's you, whether it's someone you know that did not get access to the PPP funds before, please let them know that we're here to help. This is a really tough time. These are uncharted territories for all of us, and you know, I'm just here to help as much as I can. So yeah, just some additional information. Of course, we know for those who did receive the PPP already, the applications for forgiveness was extended from an 8-week period to utilize 75% of the loan for a payroll cost. It was extended, as we know, through all the wonderful Lomita Chamber blasts that we just appreciate, to 24 weeks. So now they have an option of being able to apply at the 8-week point of them receiving the loan, or to the 24-week portion. And that really helped business owners. As we see, you know, people are opening up, businesses are opening up, and then boom, we're closing down again, or we're having to shift the way that we do business. So this has really created just a lot more of a cushion for them. So that's one thing. The second thing is the reduction in payroll cost percentage. So traditionally, for the first time when it came around, we had to utilize 75% of it for payroll to be able to get full forgiveness on the loan. Now it's been lowered to 60%. So that helps to be able to give just a lot more flexibility on what you can do with those funds. So, and then of course, one of the biggest things is what does it look like when we're reopening? You know, there's going to be a lot of just situational questions that are going to come up, and I encourage you guys to continue to, if you are available, to put your questions on the chat, or you know, have these questions that are just that you feel like maybe your situation's a little more specific. Feel free to let me know, because there are just different ways in which we can still help. And even if you are applying for the PPP forgiveness and you didn't do it through One West CIT, you know, I'm still here as a resource. I'm still here to make sure that you're getting all the information that you need, so that when you do apply for that for the forgiveness, that you get the full 100% forgiveness. So definitely some really awesome things there. So that's what I have for the PPP information. If you need more detailed information, definitely reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. But I mean, I can go on and on for hours about the new PPP, but I won't do that to you. So just what is One West doing to help with reopening? One of the biggest things that, you know, that I love about working for a company like One West Bank CIT is that we take a client solution-based approach to banking and our relationships. And the way that we do that is by continuing to help businesses and business owners maintain access to capital to fuel new business growth, and especially in an ever-changing market. And in partnership with the Lomita Chamber of Commerce, we will be offering a 6 to 12-month waiver on all operating relationships with One West Bank, whether that be personal or business, because we understand right now the biggest thing is maintaining and keeping that those liquid funds in your accounts. And the last thing we want to do is charge you more for keeping your money with the bank. We want to help you make money and retain your funds, not lose them. So that's one of the biggest things that we've done, and we just thank the Lomita Chamber of Commerce for, you know, really just helping us to be able to be there on the forefront with our business customers and our business owners. We want to be there to support as much as we can. And just as Heidi mentioned before, we've actually expanded the way that we do business lending as well. So traditionally, our business lending worked from working capital to any equipment that you needed for the business. But now we've really detailed it just a little bit more and taken it one more step, taken it up a notch. And the way that we've done that is by being able to provide financing for reopening. So for example, the plexiglasses that we see everywhere, those are, you know, they're custom made to certain businesses. You know, not every business can have the ones that you see at the bank, which are, you know, just a plexiglass on a stand. Some businesses are going to have to get the plexiglass completely around their employees. We used to not be able to offer funding for it, but thanks to our director of business banking, Roland Mattoon, he actually pushed for us to be able to extend that financing option for all plexiglass and including the labor as well in there. So you don't have to utilize your liquid funds for it. The bank is here to help in that sense. And we actually have a local South Bay partner that is actually the one going out there and taking the measurements that are needed and really just getting people reopened safely so that they can stay open. So our biggest thing is we want to help you reopen so you can stay open. So definitely really great opportunities there. And just a different way in which we're able to help people is by reducing your, we're doing the no-touch payments. So really reducing the amount of cash that you're taking in and reducing the amount of times that, we have to interact with what someone else may be touching. So we have our different payment processing options available. We've taken really reduced cost, We've reduced the cost for our payment processing to be able to make it a lot more affordable to switch over and to really just kind of be safe for yourself, be safe for your employees, and for all of the customers that are walking in your door to know that you're taking those extra steps, you're taking those extra precautions so that they're safe, you're safe, and we can go back to somewhat of a normal life anytime soon, hopefully. So that's what I have as an update. If anyone has any questions.
Okay, we'll give people a chance to put some questions in the chat or raise their hand. I just wanted to echo what Carla was saying. And I think, it's interesting because you think, okay, well, this is a person who works for our local bank but really the value that I think Carla is bringing to a lot of our members and business owners here is the fact that she deals with business owners every day. She deals with, she's hearing the challenges that they're facing and going through, and she's offering resources to them. So, as she said, if nothing else, she's heard of what other businesses are out there doing, which could actually be quite informative and inspirational and helpful for you as you navigate the process of opening, reopening, or operating in some sort of a hybrid state right now in order to comply with the health orders. So, Carla sees a lot of what's out there. So even from a creativity perspective and, hey, I saw this business approaching, reopening in this regard. So have you thought about that? Seeing what other businesses are doing is very helpful. In fact, just today I saw a great COVID release for a chiropractic practice through a mutual friend and operating in another city here in the South Bay. And it was very effective. And so we take that resource and I'll share it with, our chiropractic office here in Lomita and say, hey, can you guys benefit from this? Or maybe our local gym. So, tap into Carla as a resource, even if, it's not going to be opening a bank account, although that would be great, right? But, Carla has such a unique perspective, and certainly the resources available behind her and supporting her at the bank. These are resources that we probably couldn't just tap into on our own as independent business owners, right? So please do reach out to her. Carla, I'd encourage you to put your contact information in the chat so people have that available. And wow, financing for plexiglass and actually having a plexiglass vendor, that's been a challenge, I think, for a lot of businesses out there too, is just finding access to the right resources. So certainly an opportunity to take advantage of making this available to our community. So thank you, Carla, and we thank One West Bank for doing this and really stepping up in this time of need. And we still need to get plexiglass here in our space whenever we can reopen. I don't know when that's going to be. So Carla's put everyone. So Carla's put her phone number in the chat. Please do reach out to her. And as we kind of are wrapping up our two guests, I see we have a number of small business owners on the line here too. As I said before, creativity and asking for help and resources. So at this point, I'm going to open it up to our participants and see if there's anything that they want to share, any areas of need or questions or help, or if they just want to give an update to their operations of their business at this point. It's always good to hear from each other. So would anybody like to give an update?
How are you doing, Alicia?
We're doing good. We're doing good. But how about you?
Well, it sucks. I mean, we feel we should be essential. The thing is, we're getting phone calls after phone calls, people telling us that their health is declining, that, their cholesterol and their diabetes and everything, all their numbers are going up because they have not been exercising. And a lot of them don't feel like they're equipped to fight the virus anymore because they're not taking care of their health. So, I feel that we should be essential service. So, it's very frustrating that things shut down like this, that, you cannot operate and just make a living, so, but we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to come out of this stronger. And I think our population, will realize that, they need to take care of themselves to be able to face any adversity. And, so I think in the long run, it's going to be good for us. But for now, it sucks.
Yeah, Bruno, I admire your positivity throughout all this, and I think you're right. I mean, we have to universally adapt. We have no other choice.
Yeah.
And I know, I feel your frustration, and I know that some businesses are just being hit so hard over and over again. And so we've been trying to keep the lines of communication open with the county to the extent that we can. It's been very frustrating. There is a teletown hall that Senator Ben Allen is hosting tomorrow. I will find the details for that and hopefully get it in the chat here if I could pull it up before our call is over. But I do encourage you, the chamber's there to represent the voice of the business community. And I sent in a number of questions to Senator Allen's office, which also is going to be, the call will be accompanied by the California Insurance Commissioner. So it should be really interesting from a number of viewpoints the state is facing and our community. So I encourage you all to consider sitting in on those calls too. Number one, a lot of the telebriefings have been very informative, and they're joined by business owners just like you, asking direct questions that are relevant to the same things that you're feeling or hearing or just uncertain about. And there is a lot of power and value, I think, in our leadership and representatives hearing from you guys directly. So if you can, I would encourage you to participate in those things. We've been blasting out about those opportunities as they come up. I apologize, I don't have it at my fingertips right now, but again, those are opportunities to have your voice heard, because I think when they hear those direct personal stories, they're relatable, and hopefully that can help drive their focus and goals and initiatives into something that's going to reflect what the true need of the community is, including our business voice. So again, that's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. There is a call-in number, and I'm looking that up right now as we speak. That said, are there any other folks on the line who want to share a little update or any questions with regards to their particular business situation? I see Mark from EcoSpin. I don't mean to put you on the spot, Mark, but if you're available to just give an update on where your business is at, that would be great. EcoSpin Laundry is over there it's on Narbonne Avenue in the downtown area. Hey, Mark.
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Heidi, good to see you, and thanks so much for having this call, as well as for the guests that have participated. I'm happy to provide an update. We have been listed as essential, and I think the Coin Laundry Association has been pretty aggressive about petitioning state and federal government officials to acknowledge that everybody needs access to clean clothing, and particularly as a means to helping to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. But we've been able to stay open. Right now, I am considering, and I think what we've tried to do in addition to enhance cleaning measures and making sure that hand sanitizers are available to customers and employees, and gloves and masks and all of the normal things. We are considering, particularly given the most recent 11,000 plus single day spike, we are considering going to a wash and dry only measure, so customers wouldn't be able to fold. So that's something that we're thinking about. I think that a lot of customers, though, they come in, they go sit in their car, and they come back, put their clothes in the dryer, go back and sit in their car. it has actually helped to reduce the volume of people that we have there. Their clothes are inside getting washed and dried, but they're practicing really good social distancing measures overall. Another thing is we own a sister company called Fluffed and Folded, and it essentially goes to homes, goes to doctors' offices, or any business that, gyms, any business that has laundry that needs to be done. And we pick that up on a daily basis and return it the next day. And we've seen an increase in the number of people who have adopted to use that service. And so, it's been good to kind of see, for a lot of people who are immunocompromised, don't want to kind of get out of the home, but obviously still need clean clothing. We're able to help get them access to our facility. So, no, it's been challenging, as Bruno and others were talking about, but we are doing our best to keep our employees and our customers safe, and still operate under the guidelines that we've been allowed to stay open as an essential business.
Great. Mark, thank you so much for that. And it's interesting needing to pivot, or maybe one side of the business really has a greater need now. That's where we're all kind of being challenged and stretched. Yeah. So thank you for the service you're providing. And I know that even some of our businesses have been able to take advantage of that service as well, because when hair salons were open, and they still kind of are, I guess if they could do it outdoors, then they still need, their items laundered. Yes. So it's just another creative way to support even the business community too, as well as our individuals. So thank you. Is there anything that you need for your business right now that we can help you with?
I was able to apply for the PPP and the EIDL very early, and was able to get funding in the first round. That really did help me to keep staff on board. And so right now, I'm actually working through some measures to enhance sanitation efforts in the laundromat. And so there are some types of technology that actually are more effective at killing coronavirus and other bacteria and viruses, and it doesn't need hot water to do it. So I'm right now heavily considering investing in that technology and getting that financed. So I may be reaching out to One West Bank to talk about options on that front.
Great. Was that the UV light system, or is it something different?
It's ozone, actually.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, to have those resources, it'd be nice to know about how much that investment is down the road. I'm sure a lot of other businesses, our space may actually even need it too. But yeah, there's a lot of great technology that could possibly help with a lot of this. So keep us posted, and anything we can do through the chamber to get the word out to let people know, how your business and our other businesses here on the line are operating safely. I think those are really valuable points for people to feel that confidence. So thanks for all you're doing, Mark. Thanks for being on the call, and thank you for the update. Even if I put you on the spot.
No, it's no problem. No problem. Happy to do it. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions or comments before we move along? We've still got Alicia on the line and Miss Carla. Carla, I did have a quick question for you. Do you know anything about the LA COVID program? I know that they are having, I think, 6 rounds of financing. It's an LA county-wide initiative. Have you had any questions on that, or any insight or feedback from other business owners out there who may have applied?
You know what, actually, I've heard about it fairly recently, and unfortunately I don't have some answers for you, but I do have so we have a partner that usually that I reach out to about these types of programs, and what I can do is reach out to them and see if that's something that they're aware of, and maybe shoot some information over to you, and you can send it as an email blast if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah. Anything that you have access to from your resources. I mean, I know PayPal had a program out there. I don't know if that's still viable or not, but just to kind of paint the complete picture for our businesses here on the line, if they're still trying to go through that process, to obviously call Carla. She has access to resources too, but just curious to hear what you're hearing from other business owners out there.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that I've heard recently is I mean, just as Lomita is doing, different cities are offering just different grants and different ways to help with reopening and staying reopen. So the number one thing that I always tell everyone is definitely call your nearest small business development center, the SBDC, and see what they can do. Those are that's honestly one of the greatest resources. Myself, I actually work with someone, work alongside with someone who's actually on this call as well, Teresa D'Alessandro from TLG Bookkeeping. She is, oh my gosh, she is like the guru of all PPP that I go to for everything and most of these government programs. So definitely, I don't know if Teresa, if she's able to answer that question for you, Heidi. But if not, definitely we'll find an answer and we'll get it sent over to you.
Thanks, Carla. Hey, Teresa, it's good to see you.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Carla, for that amazing shout out. Yeah, the only thing I can provide is the U.S. Bank is still doing accepting PPP applications, and Intuit, if you have a relationship or an account with Intuit, they are a good resource as well. But Orange County has some grants that they're offering, and also in Palos Verdes. Palos Verdes Chamber has been really good about taking care of the businesses and looking for different ways to raise grants and they're even doing like little contests and stuff of, businesses that need money, raising, turn in your essay, and then, the best essay wins the prize. But yeah, I think everybody's, just really reaching out there and trying to support all the small businesses as much as we can. Thanks,
Teresa. I'm sure you've been busy this past month. Did you get through July 15th? It's the 16th, right? Woof. All right. Oh, Bruno, did you want to have a question? I think you're muted.
How's that? Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, I missed the first 20 minutes of the call, so I apologize. But I'm sure you guys talked about, the grant from the city of Lomita, so I don't know if I could get a little bit of information about that from you or Alicia or anybody, a little quick recap.
So I didn't quite hear everything, but I thought I heard Bruno say he missed the update on the small business grant, right?
Yes.
Yes. So the city received 28 applications, and 15 or 14 of them scored 40 points. So we are going to fund those most likely in our first round of funding, but we think we might have secured additional money to fund all the businesses that applied. So we're working on that, and I should bring something to the city council at that first meeting in August. Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, working hard, trying.
Super. All right. Thank you for the update.
Okay, no problem, Bruno.
All right, just a couple quick things I'm going to put out there that we have going on here at the Chamber. If you haven't heard, we thankfully are working closely with the city, and the city's been very helpful in allowing us to proceed with the farmers market on Sundays. We had our first farmers market on Sunday, July 5th, 4th of July weekend. I had a pretty good turnout, even considering it was a holiday weekend. And I have to say that the past two markets we've had, everybody's been great in terms of being responsible, socially distanced, wearing masks at all times, and sanitizing. And the community, I think, is really excited to have this resource to buy fresh produce and some other yummy deliciousness, and also get a chance to interact with the community in a safe way. It's at City Hall, it's all outdoors, and we actually changed the layout from our first kickoff weekend so that we have a lot more space. We have a lot more space to add a few more vendors. We have a lot more space for people to stay 6 feet apart and actually circle around the City Hall property safely, so we don't have any lining up or grouping or clustering within the queues or the lines. So it's a really nice way to spend a Sunday, and everybody just stays their distance, and just really happy with the community and with our vendors who've been able to do this in a safe way. So we are carrying on with our Sunday markets. It's 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. right now at City Hall. You are required to wear a mask, and we have our hand sanitizing stations all throughout, and hand washing stations as well. So we have strawberries, we have eggs, we have honey, we have hummus, we have acai bowls, we have kettle corn, and lots of fresh produce and vegetables and fruit. So again, it's a good way to get access to that healthy food, so we can hopefully fight this darn thing and stay strong and keep our immune system up, right, Bruno? Try to eat healthy. So that's happening on Sundays, and we also have a partner that the Chamber's working with. If you need hand sanitizer, even if it's if you need the hand sanitizer or actual surface cleaner, CleanseGuard is a company that is actually donating a portion of their proceeds back to the Chamber. It's been really generous and nice of them to do that. And they have huge gallons of sanitizer. So if you need that for your space, for your business, and they also have smaller kind of handheld sprays. And their whole thing is that they're 75% isopropyl alcohol. So it protects against 99.9% of their germs and viruses. And they also have those hands-free sanitizing stations. So if you need one of those in your space, they're offering that too. And I think it's fairly reasonable with their price. And they will save you on any shipping costs if you want to just come pick it up at the Chamber location here at the Social Workplace campus. You just text us or contact us, and we'll open the gate, don our masks, and you can pick up the products here if you want to buy them. So I'll put the CleanseGuard information in the chat. It's nice to have a local resource to get some of these things. So you can email them, sales@cleanseguard.com. And we'll be having one of their stands at the next couple of markets pretty soon, in addition to the homemade DIY hand sanitizing station that we created for the market. So again, take advantage of that through CleanseGuard. I put their email address, sales@cleanseguard.com, in the chat. Other than that, the Chamber is going to move forward with these community calls. And again, we'd like to hear from you all and your feedback. The Chamber will probably be putting on another virtual happy hour in the near future. And we'll be meeting with our board tomorrow to kind of flesh out the rest of the planning for the year, including hopefully State of the City in November. It may not be live in person. It may be streaming. It may be a hybrid. There's a lot of unknowns between here and November, but we will be sending out a save the date regardless, so that people know it will happen, just in a different way. And we're actually looking forward to incorporating some really, really neat elements that will focus on some of Lomita's history. And I think it's nice to kind of get back to the roots of this community and kind of understand some of the history in order for us to kind of go forward, right? Maybe there are some lessons learned in all this. So stay tuned. We'll try to do these monthly events. I hope to bring forward some of our legal advisors, business advisors as well, to talk about different reopening protocols, such as waiver, release of liability kinds of things. What we should be doing as responsible business owners to welcome employees and customers back into our business, even though that's delayed again for some of us. But really bringing those workshops forward as well. So planning throughout the rest of the year. And, again, I can't emphasize enough, we really want to hear from you all. I know you all are busy trying to adapt to all these changes, but, that's why we're here. So we want to make sure that we bring relevant programming to you and our business community. So please don't hesitate to reach out. So that's where we're at. We are staying extremely busy, as I know you all are, trying to shift and adapt. And as we continue to get updates from different counties, state, and other levels, we'll continue to push that message out. I encourage you to go to the lomitachamber.org website. That's where we have all of recent health order updates, access to business resources. There's a long list of different funding opportunities available there too. Some may be closed already, some may still be open. I know the website has the LA County, LA COVID recovery. I think it's a grant program actually for micro businesses, entrepreneurs. So that's a whole other slice that's out there available to you. So please do go to the lomitachamber.org website and go to the coronavirus business resources page.
Wait, sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to also follow up to that. I reached out to them, and if you have received like the city's grant, it does not disqualify you from also applying for that money too. So I just want to throw that out there.
And yeah, and that's also the same, I think, for if you received any PPP or EIDL, that doesn't disqualify you either, I believe.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
sorry.
thank you, Alicia. No, that's great.
No problem.
Yeah, there's money out there if you still need that support. So, all right, I'm going to put that link here in the chat. All right. Well, that's all we have on this side. Again, we're here for you and happy to help you guys in any way we can. And if we don't have the resources, we'll find somebody who does. As you can tell from this call, the power of people coming together here. You know, we have strength in numbers, and we can really help each other through all this. So get out there and support your businesses that are opening in a hybrid way, closed. Support them on social media if they're not open. You know, go get some takeout. It's, what is it? The Great Dine Out program, and it's Thursday, so we typically like to promote people going and grabbing some food at a local restaurant. But here to support. So again, don't be shy. Reach out to the chamber. Happy to help. And if there are no questions, I think we're going to sign off. And I wish you all a great rest of the week. And please be safe. And hope to see you at the farmers market. And thank you so much for your participation.